So I was pretty shocked at how expensive stuff was. So I did manage to get one of these. Now this is a Cabletron ST500, and I purposely went after the ones that aren't vampire taps. In fact, we specifically chose not to use the vampire tap ones at USF because at least the guy who used to install them wasn't me. Um, um, he he wasn't a big fan of them because he said they would get loose if anybody moves around the cable, and they were just a little less than optimal. Maybe we weren't good at doing it. I don't know. But we would get these what he called intrusive taps. So they meant cutting the cable and terminating it with a connector, and then screwing the connector on. So I got a couple of these that have these they're called N-type connectors, these big round plugs. So let's see if I have like a coin or something I can show. Well, I don't have a coin, but I can show you with a pen how big this is compared to a pen. So you can see that this connector is a lot bigger than a pen or the normal coaxial cable that you may have used for like cable TV or something like that. So fortunately, this one, which cost me $85 plus shipping, and they do mark up shipping on eBay, came with a terminator. So this is really just a resistor that's embedded inside of an N-type connector. So I can screw this on. And since I want to make what I'll call the minimum viable 10Base5 network, I'm going to get two of these transceivers and connect them with a cable and put terminators on the end of each, and then tie off two nodes to these AUI ports, um, uh, these AUI ports, onto some sort of device and prove that I can get traffic across the network. So let's see where that goes. Simultaneously, I am trying to get, and I'm not having much luck with 10 Broad 36, which was a broadband standard for Ethernet that I can't even find a picture of what the equipment looked like. The equipment was made by a company called Ungerman Bass. I found some stuff, really just pointers from Wikipedia, that said it was installed at Boston University. I actually worked there for a little while. Way after that happened, for sure. I have a vague recollection that there was talk of 10 Broad 36 being used at Rutgers at one point. Rutgers was a very early adopter of internet technology, so I wouldn't be surprised. But my intuition is that I'm probably not going to be able to get any 10 Broad 36 equipment. The other piece of equipment I'm trying to get is 10Base5, which was an Ethernet standard. My understanding is that it was the first Ethernet defined standard, 802.3 standard, for twisted pair. So this predated 10Base-T, which was the first twisted pair standard for Ethernet, and it was a technology that was marketed primarily by AT&T called Starlan. So I have a Starlan hub coming, which we'll see how that works out, and I also have a Starlan card that has already come, and here it is. So this is at least based on what the eBay advertisement said, this is a Starlan network hub. Now, I don't really know what to make of this. So this is an 8-bit ISA card, full height ISA card. This would have fit into like an IBM PC from I don't know, maybe 1986, 87. I was working at Radio Shack in the time, and we didn't have full height. At least I don't think none of our computers were full height. They were ISA cards. And it has this really funky keyed RJ45 thing. Notice the little notch on the side. Now, I remember one time in my career getting cables with that notch on the side, I think by accident, and I just don't even remember the circumstance. But this does have a sticker on it that says AT&T Starlan Network. And given this is an 8-bit ISA card, it almost certainly is 1 megabit per second. But I neither have a computer that can hold an ISA card, nor do I have a hub for it to connect to at this time. So we'll see where that goes. I'm not super optimistic about that one. I'm slightly more optimistic than the 10 Broad 36. So I'm going to stop recording here, and we'll see what the future brings with me acquiring some of these devices.